credits, I do talk a little bit about what's happened with some of the families. The Hacker family in Peoria, Illinois, we've been actually helping them and working with them, and we've got them an attorney now. And myself, our people, we're going to fight to get their house back. We think it was illegally taken from them. And so we're going to fight Citibank on that and try and make that happen for them. The very first eviction you see, that was a videotape that was sent to me by that family. They were filming their own eviction, and this is how I find out a lot of stuff, because people know me and they know my email address and my PO box, and so I just opened up the mail one day and there was this videotape. We put it in, and it was kind of harrowing because I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, when the cops came through the door, they were put out, of course, and they were home. But I mean, listen, this goes on. It says in the credits, there's one foreclosure filing in the United States every 7.5 seconds. 1 out of every 8 homes in America is in delinquency or foreclosure. It also mentions a couple. I don't know if you're referring to anything else if you want to know what happened, but the Walmart has stopped doing dead peasants insurance. They're the smart ones, because I think when this lawyer started going after, they saw that once this became public, the onslaught of bad publicity that this was going to bring. Other companies have not stopped doing it, and so one of my hopes is that a federal law is passed outlawing this dead peasants insurance. There's a lot of things I hope will happen. I wish Obama would issue a presidential decree, a moratorium on evictions for the next year. No more evictions until we straighten this housing mess out. I hope there are investigations of Wall Street and Goldman Sachs and how they gained this whole thing to benefit themselves. But these are all little pieces of things that I hope will happen. And there's actually a much larger thing that needs to happen, and that's that we have to have an economy that is democratically run, that's run as a democracy. You and I right now have no say in how our economies are run. And until that happens, as far as I'm concerned, we don't live in a democracy. We can't call it a democracy because we get to vote every 2 or 4 years. It also has to be that the decisions that are made that affect us in our daily lives, we have to have a say in how those decisions are made. And as I said at the end of the movie, I don't believe in regulations at this point. 100 years ago, when they were discussing child labor, whether or not to get rid of child labor, there were good, even liberal type people who said, well, what we just need are some regulations. We just need to have safer factories for the kids, and make sure they go to school, and then it's okay. No, it's not okay. There's no good child labor, there's no good slavery, and there's no good capitalism. Capitalism is an organized system to guarantee that greed becomes the primary force, the profit motive of our economic system. And it's a Ponzi scheme. We all talk about Bernie Madoff, but capitalism is a scheme that allows the few at the top to get very wealthy, and it has the rest of us running around thinking we could be that way too someday if we just work hard enough. If we just sell enough Tupperware, if we just sell enough Amway products, we can get a pink Cadillac. And I mixed a bunch of Ponzi schemes. But it's like, this has got to stop. It's absolutely insane that the richest 1% have as much financial wealth as the bottom 95% combined. I'm telling you, my friends, when anthropologists dig us up hundreds of years from now, they're going to look at us like we were crazy. That we lived in a democracy, we actually had the power, the voting power, to make it any way we wanted to make it, and we allowed the 1% to call the shots and take the money. There's a pie on the table, and there are 10 people at the table, and one guy says, 9 of those slices are mine, and he takes them, and the other 9 people at the table have to fight over the remaining slice. That's what we've got right now. And I just want to say, too, just before we close it, that some friends of mine are here from Sudbury, These are the, where you guys at? They're nickel miners in Sudbury. They're in the back there.
Stand up, guys.
They've been on strike since July. And this company, the second wealthiest mining company in the world, has told them that they no longer want to give them a secure pension, a defined pension plan, and they want to stop the profit sharing. Even though this company, in the last 2 years, has had a profit of over $4 billion, they're just trying to stick it to these. These are members of the Steelworkers Union, so they've been on strike since July. And I'm asking you as Canadians to do whatever you can to support them. Because what I see going on here, when I see this, I heard about this, I thought, geez, why are you trying to act like us? What are you doing to these guys? They don't want an increase in wages, God forbid. They don't want an increase in benefits. They just want to keep what they've got. And the company is still making a huge profit. It's not like the company's hurting. But they know that we live in difficult times now, and they're taking advantage of that. And they're hoping that the good people of Toronto and Windsor, Detroit, every place else, won't pay much attention to Sudbury, up there in the middle of nowhere. But I'm telling you, my Canadian friends, if you allow this to happen, if you allow the destruction of your middle class, the way we have decimated our middle class, you are on the same slippery slope that we're on, and we won't recover from this. It's the end. That's it. We will have this plutocracy that they talk about, the autonomy. We're the 1%. The top people will have it all, and we'll just fight for the rest of our lives amongst ourselves to get what we can. So please support these striking workers.
Michael talked about voting. Might be a good time to remind you that this building is eligible for the People's Choice Award. There are ballots in the lobby. Thank you, Toronto. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.